This is something that you should read often. This is the power of this thing right here, this exercise. The sooner you guys can write this stuff down and you guys put the pictures here, you make it real.
2 weeks ago, I did a live training with my entire team where I showed them my morning formula. There's two options you have in this life. You can end up anywhere, everywhere, and nowhere that you actually want to be because you don't know exactly where you want to go. Or you can watch this video and make a copy of a document similar to this one and do it for yourself to write out exactly where you want to go, exactly who you want to become, and exactly what you want to be doing, along with pictures of a vision board to show you what it's going to look like so you can feel the emotions every single day as you work towards that dream outcome. And then, my friend, when you do this and you head into the new year and you act upon these feelings when you read it every single morning to inspire yourself, you'll be crystal clear about where you're going, who you're becoming, and more importantly, what you'll be doing. So that way, when you're in the thick of it, in the trenches, and we are stressed out, anxious, worried, and every single problem is being thrown at us almost all at once, we can open up this morning formula, we can read it, and we can see the vision that we have for our life coming true. Enjoy.
Here's how it goes, right? The first thing you want to start off with is writing a description about your ideal self. Everything that you want in your life. So for me, I write it in the third party perspective. It's very important you do it in the third party perspective, in my opinion, because it allows you to read it for yourself as yourself. And if you were writing about yourself, okay? So Brian Moncada is a phenomenal leader, teacher, author, coach, and speaker. He is one of the best writers and public speakers in the world. His company, adspend.com, has helped the world's biggest brands and businesses scale with advertising. Adspend.com is one of the most sought after advertising agencies and education companies in the entire world. Adspend.com does multiple 8 figures in revenue and works with info marketing businesses, e-com and SaaS companies, all of which sell products and services that Brian has bought himself and would recommend others to buy as well. So this is, again, me reaffirming who I am and who I will become. Here's how I'm going to become this with a vehicle, right? And then I go into more, okay? Brian also runs a mastermind where he helps other agency owners, coaches, course creators, and e-commerce brands scale to 7 and 8 figures. He coaches them on their mindset, on their marketing, and on their leadership. People pay Brian and his team $24,000 a year to be a part of it. It's called the Admin Mastermind, and there's over 100 members. Every year, Brian and his team travel to beautiful places to meet up with the members and mastermind in person. And so you can also see how we're already doing this. We're already on track with this. It's just me putting the next version of that, right? 100 members, right? Every year we're doing this, right? This makes it more fun. And every single time I read this, I'm like, holy shit, we're doing this. Like we're about to be doing this literally, at the end of this year, right? Like this is happening and it's only going to be happening more. On top of running his advertising agency, Brian, right? Let me put this here, Brian. And this is always a work in progress, by the way. This is not like something that you just set in stone once and you don't ever edit it. Every single time I read this, I add things, I take away things, or I edit things because I'm constantly iterating based off of my ideal self. On top of running his advertising agency, Brian creates content to share everything he's learned on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Brian has over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, 25,000 followers on Twitter, and over 10,000 members inside his school community. His YouTube channel is seen by millions of people every month and has allowed him to travel the world while meeting amazing friends, clients, and speak on stages in front of thousands of people. Okay? Brian is also an amazing husband, son, father, friend, and team member. He honors his commitments, keeps his word, and always does what is right. Brian is happily married to his beautiful wife, Jennifer Moncada. They have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. They have a house in Arizona, a condo in Miami, and a big property outside of the city with a farm full of chickens, cows, and pigs in Medellin.
Well, I don't know about the pigs, but okay.
We gotta have the pigs, Amor. We gotta have the pigs. The pigs are a must. Jeremiah, tell her about the pigs.
Jeremiah, yeah.
Yeah, you need pigs.
I got 3.
Brian helps his mom and stepdad by paying them a monthly salary of $3,000, which allows them to ultimately pay for their basic needs and not worry about money in retirement. Brian helped his dad in Texas by renovating his grandma and grandpa's house so that it looks brand new and is healthy for him to live in. Dad now works out 3 to 4 times a week, stopped drinking alcohol, and got his life back together. We visit each other every year. This year, my dad will actually be at the mastermind in person with us in Miami, which I'm really excited about. I haven't seen him since Jennifer and I visited him in San Antonio, Texas, 2 Christmases ago. And, I'm hoping that this weekend with him, this coming December, will inspire him to see the son he's made, to show him that, you can change, and he can change. He's always struggled with alcohol, and I want to help him kick that habit. So it's not just about the mastermind. It's about inspiring him to excuse me. Sorry, guys. Okay. Brian talks to his mom, dad, stepdad, and brother at least once a week on the phone to catch up and see and see how his family's doing. And so once you write this out, you'll be able to put a vision board, okay? Now, keep in mind, I started writing this one maybe about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I want you guys to see something that has come to happen. So if I zoom in here, this Rolex was something I had on my phone screen for almost 2 years since I started my agency. It was what inspired me to start adspend.com. I now wear this Rolex on my wrist every single day. It's not about the Rolex. I could give a fuck about this. It's the fact that I was able to do it. This is the power of thing right here, this exercise. The sooner you guys can write this stuff down and you guys put the pictures here, you make it real, right? It's not in your mind anymore. You put it here. I looked at this every single day for almost 2 years. When times got tough, when Nick and I were trying to figure out how to fucking grow this thing, sleepless nights, and then we hit $1 million in revenue, which was my goal. And I promised myself, when I hit $1 million in revenue, I'm gonna get this Rolex. And sure enough, the universe works in mysterious ways. God, whatever you believe in, it's all the same thing in my opinion. And it just makes it happen. And I got this Rolex. A client of ours ended up selling me this Rolex, a luxury watch dealer. This chair, even though it's not the right color, I didn't really, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling this red color. But the chair, if you look behind me, is right there. And it's the real one. You can buy a replica, you can get a knockoff, but that's just not how we do business here. We're not buying fake shit. We're buying the real shit. And I got that. And this Great Gatsby, cheers. I've always wanted to have a Great Gatsby style party and celebration.
Yeah, for so long.
I've had this in my mind for so long. I've told Jennifer about this plenty of times. We've talked about this since we got married, since we started dating. I've always visualized having my team, you guys, my clients, us together on New Year's Eve celebrating and being able to cheers with you guys, to cheers to the things we've done, how far we've come. And now we're about to be able to do that in 19 days. And that's fucking crazy. And I can't be thankful more enough. So long story short, you want to put up here what's inspiring to you, where you want to go. You know, I'm far off from these two guys right here, but I'm working every day to get there. This is my grandparents. They've been married for 60 years before they passed away. So I put a picture of myself and Jennifer here to inspire me to model them. This is what I'm modeling, long-term marriage. And they were happy with each other up until the day they passed away. And this all stuff, you know, this is probably potentially going to change too, but this is just what's here now. You can see I had a picture of me speaking, or sorry, a picture of someone speaking to a huge crowd. And last year I was able to actually speak in front of 800 plus people. It's crazy. It's crazy how that works. And this is just the beginning. So anyways, description about yourself, all right? Then put a vision board of your identity. Nick will like this one. Office@spend.com. What's funny is when I first got my logo, when I first got our logo made for the company, the mock-up of the logo came with this image already inside like the design. And I made a copy of this and I saved it because I was like, fuck yeah, this inspires me, because, you know, this is actually very similar to a building that's right down the street from us with where we live right now. And every single time we pass it, I look at it and I'm like, this looks like that fucking building. Mm-hmm. And it inspires me because I'm like, damn, like how cool would it be to have that? Like it's kind of right there. Like I'm seeing it. Basically, I'm seeing it. And the more you see this every single morning for yourself and for your life, the more opportunities you will recognize in your life that are popping up, that are getting you closer to the goal, or that are helping you get closer to that goal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you guys want me to keep going, or do you guys find this boring?
Yeah, let's see the rest of it.
Go.
Bro, this is inspiring as fuck.
All right. So this was a house that we toured in Miami. We didn't end up obviously living there for reasons I've told you guys, with, you know, things like that. But this was a really cool house that we really loved. It had a pool, had a Buddha, had a hammock, really nice backyard. We saw the opportunity to potentially have our, go ahead. What's up?
The Buddha's hilarious. I love it though.
Yeah, the Buddha.
Huge. It was huge.
Yeah, it looks huge. I mean, he looks like he's got to be at least like 5 or 6 feet tall.
Yeah. It was...
Yeah. Outdoor barrel sauna, cold plunge, our bulldog. You know, I don't have the barrel sauna. I don't have the cold plunge personally, but the place we live in now in Arizona, since moving back, has the sauna, has the cold plunge. So it's kind of checked off right now, but we will have our own place with our own stuff one day as well, for sure. So again, I'm just thinking about the future, and it's inspiring me about what's important to me. And here's a picture. Again, I'm just taking pictures from Google, guys. This isn't hard. You look at like what inspires you and you put it on here. This is a picture of a house that's in Colombia that looks like a house that Jennifer and I would want to live in, you know, roughly. Again, it's not perfect, but it's at least giving me the idea of what our place wants to be and what it looks like. And it looks like it has a farm, or it's at least on farm land. So I picked this one. And then obviously I have our chickens, I have our cows, I have our pigs here, just to inspire me to eventually have
horses.
Go ahead.
We gotta get horses.
Jeremiah, yeah, you gotta help us.
There's a lot of space for horses, guys. Ask Jeremiah.
So now you go into the vision, mission, and values. Obviously, I have our vision, mission, and values. I remind myself of where we're going, why we're going there, and what our values are. And then I have rules, right? So this one actually has changed now to 5 a.m., right? So I tell myself what are my rules, right? What are my rules that are like non-negotiables? I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. When I wake up this time, I feel more energetic, positive, and happy because I honored my commitment to myself and my routine. By choosing to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning, I take control of my life and my destiny. By waking up at this time, I am respecting my body by being in bed by 9 p.m. and falling asleep by 10 p.m. This schedule allows me to get 8 hours of deep sleep for proper rest and recovery. So you write down your rules now. What are your rules? What are your non-negotiables? The rules for your life, right? I work out in the gym 3 times a week. I go to functional patterns Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, right? And again, you can change this as you need, but These are what your rules are. For me personally, I have been slacking. I've been telling myself I've been going to be training MMA again, but I need to be more accountable to myself there because I need to get the membership. I just need to start going again because that's something I've been telling myself I want to do. I eat whole organic foods. You know, I walk 10,000 steps. I drink a gallon of water. These are things that you just know make you feel better and that you should do regardless. All right. So write down your rules. What are your rules? And then under that, you have principles. Okay. So these are quotes that inspire you, things you live by, reminders of what you're doing. Okay. So everything that I need is within me. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. This reminds me that you can create whatever you want in this life, the person you want to become, the things you want to have, the places you want to travel. It all starts within your mind. This is what this reminds me of, but you have to first think of the thought. Everything that we have right now, this microphone I'm talking into, this screen share software that we're using, this Google Doc document was all first a thought in someone's head. It's no different than what you can create in your head first and then make it a reality. It all starts with a thought. What you think is real is your reality. What you think is real is your reality. As ye sow, so shall ye reap, right? It's all the same thing. As ye sow, so shall ye reap. If you sow negative thoughts, your life will be filled with negative things. If you sow positive things, your life will be cheerful, successful, and positive. And the word became flesh. This is all powerful reminders to yourself to think positively, to talk positively, to never get down on yourself. This is what this reminds me of. What we become, we think about. What we become what we think about. We become what we think about. All of this is to help you become the person you want to become by thinking about the person you want to become, by writing about the person you want to become, by constantly thinking about that person because you will become them. If you don't think about the person you want to become, you'll become someone you don't really want to be. And that's not a good thing. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. A man's life is what his thoughts make of it. If you think in negative terms, you'll get negative results. If you think in positive terms, you will achieve positive results. Last one. People are always blaming their circumstances for what they are. I don't believe in circumstances. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want. And if they can't find them, make them. And so what are your quotes? What are your quotes? I also have a list of hate. This is something that I learned from Brandon Carter that you'll also learn from him later on this year. This is what he looks at every morning to inspire him. These are people in your life that screwed you over, things that didn't happen, things that you just, really kind of motivates you to have a chip on your shoulder. You put that there. And then my ideal day. What's your ideal day? So those are a few things, right? I'm going to go ahead and share this with you guys. Again, you can make a copy. Right? You just go here, file, make a copy, all right? And then change it to your own. What you can do is edit it, right? Make a copy for yourself and edit it. Write out who you are, right? You can change this, you can tweak it, you can do whatever you want with it, but do it. Please do it because you owe it to yourself to do this. Your ideal self wants you to do this because if you don't do this and you don't keep looking at this, you'll always be misaligned with where you're going. You won't have clarity. This gives me the clarity every single day when I wake up and I look at it, that what we're doing here, what I have to become the person who has all this is way bigger than I am right now. I am only working every day to get to this person. And so who do you want to become? Where do you want to go? What do you want to have? What are the things you want to do? Where do you want to travel? Put it all right here. I guarantee you when you look at this a year from now, after you've been looking at it every single day, you'll realize, holy, I'm a lot closer than I thought I would be. And I'm doing the things that I always wanted to do. I want to help you get here. I want to help you become the person you've always wanted to be because that's my goal. Okay, my purpose in this life is to be the leader I felt like I never had growing up. And I want to help you lead your life by showing you the example of who I'm becoming. And I'm just going to share the things I've learned along the way with you guys. And this is one of them.